Hi, in this video, I'm just going to talk you through how I use FTS Advanced to pull out some of the did you knows that appear in the newsletter that we publish each week. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to look for, start off looking for first half goals. So it was the did you know from the newsletter on the 16th of January. And I was looking for some first half goal opportunities for the weekend coming up. So what I do first is I go to our 6 games. So we've got 2 models on FTS Data Advanced. We've got a season-based model and a 6-game model. 6-game model, obviously looking at what's happening more recently. So here I'm going to go and set that. The average number of first half goals is around about 1.3 in a match. I'm going to set this high, so I'm going to set it at greater than or equal to. So I'm looking where our model, so this is our predicted goal model, where it's predicted 2 or more goals in the first half. And from our 48,000 games, you can see down here in the bottom left, we've got 5,350 games where we've predicted more than 2 goals in the first half. And what I go and see first now is what effect does that have on the goal markets? And you can see that over a big sample size, 5,000, we beat the over 2.5 market. This is after commission. We beat the over 1.5 market. We struggle in the 3.5 and 4.5. Obviously, they're a bit harder. We beat the both teams to score market just. And it's the first half goal market I'm looking at, and you can see we win 46 points. So over those 53,000 games, betting blind where we predict over to 2 or more goals in the first half, you would win. You'd have won 46 points. Sorry, 46 out of 5,000 odd games, you'd have won 46 points. So it's a negligible win, but it beats the market compared to not being there. So next, what I do, I've got the fixtures for the weekend. So I've done exactly the same. So this is all the fixtures for the weekend. So I go to the same metrics, and now we're looking at how can I use the historic data to perhaps have a bet in games coming up. So I'm going to go and mimic that over here. So I do greater than 2. So it was greater than equal I used, wasn't it? It's greater than equal to the first half 6-game model. And that tells me this weekend now we have got, 20 games there, 19 games that are coming up this weekend where we've got that model. The first league is the championship. So I look at it on a league level. I go back to the advanced database. I'm going to look at the championship there. Just let that filter. So in the English Championship, where we have predicted 2 or more goals in the first half, backing a first half goal, you'd have won 15 points. Laying under 0.5 goals, you'd have won 42 points out of those 264 games. Backing 2 first half goals, first half over 1.5, 2 or more, you'd have won 19 points. You'd have won in the over 2.5 market, again, you'd have won 28 points. So that's a great guide for me to say when we predict over 2 or more goals in the first half, and we can match that up in the coming weekend. They are good games. You could bet them fixed odds if you want to. Obviously, you'd be subject to variance, or we can look at trading them. So this might be a game where, because it wins in the 2.5 market and the first half 1.5 market, it could be a game where I might drip into those markets at the start of the match, perhaps start off dripping just first half 1.5 goals. And if a goal goes in, remove my liability. And then if 0.5 first half goals gets to 2, I can cover there. Or I could just wait 20 minutes if it's 0-0 and play a first half goal. Or you could lay a first half goal from the outset, as I say. So it's just a really simple way to use a very big database to find potential angles that aren't sort of systems. You're looking at the fixtures coming up and looking at the metrics, and the more you use the database, you get to learn what works. And then I'm going to show you something really cool. Obviously, what we could do in here is go down and break this all down by season and see did all those points come in one season, but I'm just going to show you something really cool right now. This is the starting of our online database that we can show you. So in here we've built a heat map built in. So what I'm going to do is just activate that filter. I'm going to ask it to look at that 6-game first half XG, minimum 2. I'll put a max in of 10. The market I'm going to look at is the first half over under, first half under. I'm going to put in min odds of 1.01, max odds say of 6. I'm going to get it to look at the market in 0.1 intervals, and I want to look at the lay side. So I'm looking at laying under 0.5 first half goals, and we've got this 6-game first half XG greater than 2. and I can click generate, and you'll see a line zoom across the page there like that, and then I can get all that detail broken down, so you can see a lot of green squares there for that metric of first half XG greater than 2. This is the English Championship, so this is the league I was looking at. So you can look at sort of up to 3.5. It's really good, and then here it would be kind of level. You've got a 10-point win there, 10-point loss there, 3 so there. So I can just copy all those cells there. So this, remember, is a max of 6, and it tells me there I've got 179 bets, and I won 34 points laying a first half goal. I can click export on that. I can go over to the little builder. I can click import. It puts the rules in. I can click the historical, and then over here I get to see my graph. That's how the 34 points have won. So it's been pretty steady. The lowest point the bank got to was 6 points. Highest is 36. So it's on a drawdown at the minute of 1.66, max drawdown of 8.77 points. And if I go to season performance, first half 0.5 lay. It's been pretty solid every season. So, you're not talking massive 9.5 points, but you get 7, 8 of them, and you put them all together, all of a sudden you're getting 40, 50 point seasons. What a great little tool. FTS Advanced, first half 6-game XG greater than 2. It's a nice little angle to look at for first half goals, and if you want to be, a bit more involved in other markets, over 2.5 and things like that.